Okay, so we are live now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're live. Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So it's good to be back again. I know I took a break, and I've been posting on YouTube though, but I took a break from live chat. So let me know if you can hear me. If you are here, I think Nosdio is waiting. I don't know if she's still here. If you can hear me, let me know, and if you can see me, because honestly, I'm still trying to really place a hold on these things. It seems like I've taken a break forever. So today we're doing the after degree nursing program. I've gotten a lot of questions about it because I made a video on it, I think a few months back. So I started getting questions, and I thought to get somebody that has gone through the process. In my usual practice, I like to be very practical because it's not everything everybody we know, right? So I like to bring somebody practical that has gone through the process to us so that you can ask. Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Mikal, thank you so much for joining us. So we have people already joining us in this. There are 10 people already on the live chat with us. So he has gone through the process, and today we'll be sharing his experience, the journey, everything with us, and he will be willing to answer our questions. Please, we're trying to keep this within 1 hour mark. So it's better for everybody to join us quick. If you have people that are interested, please send them the link to my YouTube channel. You can find it on my page or my Instagram and yes, so that they can join us on time, because we don't want to stay too long here. Yeah, so the after degree nursing program is a program that anybody, I'll just leave him to do all that. Let me not do, I don't want to do his work for him. That's what he's coming to do today, right? He's coming to talk to us. Yeah, so good afternoon, Mr. Adekunle. Nice to have you here. And thank you very much for coming to my YouTube studio today to talk to us about the after degree nursing program. So can you introduce yourself to us?
Hi, everybody. I hope you can all hear me clearly.
Yes, I said I can hear you.
Okay, so my name is Adekunle Abiodun, and I'm a registered nurse in Canada. And I originally migrated to Canada in 2014. And
oh, wow.
Originally from Nigeria as well. And I'm married. I have 2 kids. And
it's very important too, so that you're not going to be eyeing that this fine us like the Canada.
And I'm really enjoying the nursing world as it were. And also, Nurse Ofela, thank you for the opportunity for bringing me on to this program. I sincerely appreciate it.
Much.
And
thank you
I'll
so
be
much
sharing my own experience, and from my own lived experience, I'm more than willing to let you know everything as much as possible.
Yeah, thank you so much. So usually in my practice, I like to familiarize with my guests. So can you tell us, how did you migrate to Canada? Was it through express entry? Was it through study? Just give us a brief of how you eventually came into Canada first before we go into the questions.
Yeah, so in 2012, I think, when I finished my NYC, I decided to pursue my master's degree program. Okay. And that was in environmental science, because I had my first degree in soil science from Obafemi Awolowo University.
Oh, soil science was what you did before being a registered nurse, right?
Yeah, originally.
Oh,
so
originally,
I had come to Newfoundland. That was in 2014 to do my master's program in environmental science. And that was where the journey actually began. And here I am today. I'm a registered nurse. And I'm going to give you a breakdown as it goes, depending on the questions as they come as well.
That's you we have. Okay, so so it was so you did a master's here, right, in Newfoundland, like you said. You did a master's in Newfoundland.
That's correct.
So it was after the master's you now thought to venture into nursing.
Yeah, I know it's a huge change in career path.
Yeah.
So so I finished my master's program, I think that was in 2016, and I work in the environmental related field for a bit, like a couple of years. And I decided to change my career path mainly because of family dynamics.
Okay.
So I said family dynamics because my previous profession, I'm always at the back country, like always on the road, like 3 weeks away. Yeah, so because I had a young family, like being a young family, I decided to change my career path. And when I had thought about it critically, and after doing my own research, I decided to go for nursing. So it's more of like the interest came
Yeah.
after the family decision. So it wasn't
Yeah.
as if it was a predetermined, oh, I want to do nursing. But like finding myself in nursing now, I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, amazing. I actually like it when people switch, like are able to switch. But I'm grateful, I'm more grateful that Canada has a system that allows you to, switch swiftly from your profession. Like even if you study, like you can hear you study soil science. So soil, although it's science related kind of, but it's not medically related. It's not like it's not a medical course in the first place. Yeah. So with the after degree nursing program, you can diversify, you can move into nursing, and then you so I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions. So how are you coping? Tell us, how did you like comparing your soil science to nursing degree now? How are you coping with it? Like, because I know as a nurse, you still have to do your 8 hours shift, 12 hours shift. Do you think it's more tedious than what you were doing before, or is it comparable to what you're doing before?
Yeah, so like I said earlier on, my major reason or the major contributing factor to switch my career
Was your
path
family
was my
dynamic? Yeah.
family. Yeah, so I thought about it like being a nurse, I can go to work within the city and come back home
Yeah.
every night, see my family. Like you said, is it tedious? Sure. Like it's quite challenging. It has its own pros and
Yeah.
cons as well. But so far, like I've been able to cope because the program itself, like the after degree program that I did itself was tedious.
Yeah.
So
I know it
and
is.
yeah, and for anyone, like I respect anyone that leave his or her country and migrate to Canada and start a new life
In
afresh.
real life. Yeah.
Then like it's tedious, it's challenging, but it's something you have to live with and
Absolutely.
overcome as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So can you tell us about the general admission process? Because I know that you were in Canada. So do you think it's possible for people in Nigeria to secure this admission? Do you have classmates, or maybe did you meet people that secured this admission from Nigeria? Because a lot of my audience have told me that, oh no, Sophia, I'm not sure that they admit people from Nigeria, which I don't think so. But I would like to ask you, so you think it's possible to secure the admission from Nigeria or from any other country if you're not even in Canada?
Yeah, so the honest truth is, to be sincere with you, I think
Mm-hmm.
there might be an iota of truth in it, like
Neat. Okay.
that it's kind of rare to get an admission while you're outside of
From
Canada.
outside of Canada. Okay.
Yeah, so I said that because during the course of my program, I never met anyone that came to do
Mm,
the after degree program out
from
from
Nigeria.
Nigeria or even
Okay.
outside, like any other part of the world as well. So basically, my understanding is like you have to do some prerequisite first, even though if
Yeah.
you're a registered nurse from back
Yeah. You have
home.
to do some purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, you still need to do some prerequisites and
Hmm.
come into the program. And
Yeah.
just to be clear, like though during the course of my program, I met some few people that did masters in nursing. Like maybe they came international students that came
Yeah.
to Canada to do their masters in nursing. But what I realized is even after the program, they won't be able to practice as a registered nurse.
Okay.
So oftentimes they are in the academics. Like when they're done, is either they
Yeah.
take a lecturing job, as
Hmm.
against if you come in
Being
and
in
you
the
do the after
clinical
degree
field.
program, yeah, being in the clinical field. So I
Yeah.
think that was one thing I realized during the course of my program. But like I said, all through my program, I never met anyone that came from outside of the country to
Outside
do
of the
the after
country.
degree program. So oftentimes most people were like indigenous or local students.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
probably there might be an iota of truth in that. Like
In that, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think can be a solution to it? If let's say I'm interested in, do you think there's any way that if I'm interested in after the degree nursing program and I feel they might not take me because I'm in Nigeria, is there anything I can do to boycott that? Like to find a way around that? Maybe from your
Yes.
experience.
Yeah, so from my own experience, and I think the first thing I would suggest to such individual is
Hmm.
um, look for a way to get to Canada first.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
maybe just pick up a master's program that you
Yeah.
actually have interest in, pick
Yeah.
up the program and come in, do the program. While you're doing the program or right after the program,
You
then you
can
can
switch.
challenge the after degree program.
Degree program.
And one thing about the after degree program is the moment you have a first degree, like that qualifies you.
You to do
And
it.
when they say the first degree might be from any part of the world,
Okay.
but don't forget that you still have to be within the system, and you still have to have gone through the prerequisites before
Yeah.
they will
Before
consider
you,
you,
yeah,
or
before
they,
you be
yeah,
considered. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so another thing I would like to chip in is that I had a guest that came to the channel and we spoke about studying. So he mentioned that sometime when you come to Canada with with a particular course in mind, you can actually you can actually what I want to say now, you can actually switch, but you have to let IRCC know about your switching. So if I say I'm coming to Canada to do environmental science, and then I feel, oh, after degree is what I now like, you can actually switch from environmental science to after degree, but let them know, let RRCC know, let your school know that you're switching, that there is no problem for you to switch. So you can actually switch even without completing the course. You can switch. You just have to maybe pay your course tuition and do your changes. So that is also possible. You can also explore that route. Yeah. So
Yeah, and sorry if
yeah,
you don't mind,
please continue.
just to add to that, and that's actually very correct. Like some people came into Canada to do a specific
Mhm.
program, and maybe just a semester into the program, they decided that, oh, I don't think this is what I want to do. Like, so for someone that wants to do the after degree program, if you come into Canada and you started the program at first and you said, oh, I want to change my career path, like Nurse Ofela said, the first thing you have to do is just inform the IRCC about it, and
Yeah,
but ensure like you are registered in a course. Like don't lose your status during the course of changing your program as well. I think I
exactly.
should just drop that there. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's true. Don't lose your status. Yes, that's very, very, very important. So, what would you say is the pros and cons of this after degree program? Do you think it has some benefits, the pros and the cons that people should be aware of?
Yeah, I was expecting you to ask that question, so I prepared some direct responses to that. Yeah, so I think the number one cons for me is sorry, yeah. So some people may probably not see you as a real nurse, right? In the sense that,
Mhm.
oh, like I did 4 year program, and I've gone through all the clinicals, and here you are, you're just doing the after degree program. Like
Mm,
some people might not really see you as a real nurse, but don't forget, like we all have like oftentimes most people that did the program, they have a first degree at first,
yeah,
so most of them are mature students and they have lived experience as well. So some people have some strict experience as well. So like those experiences, if you bring it into nursing world, like it's something that you can also leverage on. So
absolutely.
yeah, and also just to let you know, for people like that like going out, hanging out, like the program is actually intense. So you might have to force to forfeit probably a vacation for the next 24 months. It's always very ethic, like go, 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 go of a thing. And that's one cons I see about it. And also, it's actually an accelerated program. So that means like within 18 to 24 months, you are like always doing one academic study or the other. Like you have to change your life dynamics, as it were, for someone that likes hanging out, for someone that likes traveling, which is good as well. Like those personalities are good, but just for the main time of doing the program, like it's something you have to be ready for, and it's something you have to put in a lot of energy into. And to look at the pros, the positive part of it, it's like I said, it's actually an accelerated program, and it's shorter length of program can offset the cost. So what I mean by that is within 2 years you can easily finish your program and get into the labor force. Depending on where you source the money for the program from, you can start paying back if probably it's student loan that you secured to do the program, you know, and like I said, you can easily get into the workforce and start raking in your money. And the other point I have here is you are less likely to lose focus, in the sense that so for some people that get distracted easily, if you know you have a set of assignments that you have to meet up, like it's demanding, you have to get it done. That way, you get the program done as soon as possible. And also, some professors like that teaches you during the program, they are actually understanding because they know most of the students they are dealing with are graduate students. So I think those are the few pros and cons that I've highlighted as well. And I think one more thing, it's actually comparatively, it's cheaper financially when it comes to the budget as compared to other costs doing a 4-year program.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I like the way you highlighted the point. So I was going to react to what you said about some people may not see you as a nurse in quotes. Well, I would say that's a general nursing issue everywhere, even back home and here. It's a general nursing thing. I think the medical field just have this mentality that everything must be tedious. A lot of the older ones in the medical field. So it's not just a thing of here. Just like when we're back home and then we do BSc nurses and a bachelor's degree in nurses and in nursing rather, and then we go to the wards and the metro expect that I'll be here for 50 years though. You can't just come because you have a bachelor's degree and say you're going to be the head of this department. So there's beef, there's rivalry. So I think it's everywhere in the nursing profession, but we just have to find a way to deal with that. Personally, I don't have any problem with it. It's a 2 years program, even 3 years, because you have to do prerequisites, and then they are nurses. Sure. I don't have any problem with it. So far, they can do what they are supposed to do. Why not? And everybody learns on the job. So you spoke about tuition last, that is cheaper comparable to. So I would like us to talk about tuition quickly. What is the tuition for, at least from your experience? It might have increased, but we can learn from your experience. What is tuition for international students and those with PR?
Okay, yeah. So with respect to that, I think when I was doing some little research yesterday, I'm gonna share some link if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. I just did. I'm not sure if the audience can see it. Oh, I think that was.
I'll see it. I think it's in. I'll check. It's in private mail. I've seen it already. Okay,
yeah,
so I'll just type it out.
Yeah,
yes, I will do that.
Okay. So with respect to the tuition, I think outside of the prerequisite now, right? Excluding the prerequisites, excluding the what's it called now? Housing and feeding throughout the program. The program is for 24 months, correct? So for me, because I had to go check my beer tracks yesterday to know how much I actually paid for the whole program, I realized that I paid a sum of 20,000 Canadian dollars.
Okay.
And just to use a unified figure, I want to assume that everybody on this page are Nigerians, if that is correct. So maybe I should use Naira, like value.
No, we don't mind. We can do we have Canadians and we have Nigerians.
Oh, okay.
So we have both population.
Okay, so to make it easier, then I'll just use the two parameters. So if we're talking about the Canadian dollars now, as a permanent resident, I think the total I spent, excluding feeding, housing, and excluding that too, I spent like approximately 20,000 Canadian dollars for the program.
Okay. You had a PR when you started the program, right?
Yeah, correct.
You had a PR, okay.
Yeah, for the 2-year program. So that was like 20,000 Canadian dollars. In Nigerian Naira, when I had converted it at the rate of 540 Naira to $1 Canadian, that came up to 10.8 million Naira.
Wow.
So yeah, so in comparatively to international students, because the total unit of the courses was 69 units, right? And I realized that the courses are being charged by number of units.
Yes, so, I heard that.
Yeah. So for a 69 unit course, for each course, let's say a 6-unit course cost 5,290 Canadian dollars. So if we do the math, 69 divided by 6 will give us 11.5 units. If you multiply that, I'm going to paste it on the group. If you multiply that by 5,290, it came up to 60,835 Canadian dollars. Let me just paste it. So
all right.
That way we can work with figures.
Yes, we can work with figures. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen it.
bearing in mind my calculation is correct. So if that is correct, when I converted it to Nigerian naira, that came up to 32,500,000 naira. So that's almost times three. Like as a local student, I paid 10 million naira, 10.8 million naira. But if I'm doing the same program as an international student, I'll be paying the sum of 32,500,000 naira. So that's almost times three, even more than
Yeah.
times three. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. So in that regard, and one more thing, just to emphasize, one more thing is I realized that there are grants, scholarships that you can easily leverage on if you're a permanent
Yeah.
resident undergoing the program. And at the end of the program itself, you will realize that um, you're not even owing any money. Probably you went to school for free because you might have gotten some grants, and while you're in school as
Yeah.
well, there are a series of scholarships you can apply for. And
Sorry,
in the
sorry to cut you in. When you were sending the message to me, is there a place that says you can send to everyone? Because I can't copy. I don't know. I can't copy the private message you sent. I can't copy it.
Okay,
So
yeah, let me try to do that.
maybe you can send to, because you're sending to me as private. If you can send to everybody as general, I will appreciate that, because this I
Okay.
can't copy. I don't know why I can't copy it.
I think
So that should
there's
be
a
under
place that
comments.
said
That
so
should be under comments.
on the comments, it's not allowing me to do anything, but
Oh, really?
I can
But
see
you can see the comment.
Nos Duo, I can see Nos Ofela, I can see Mika Eunice,
Let me see if I
I
can.
can
Let me
see
see if I
Esther.
can do anything here. I don't know if I can do anything, but I don't know why it's not allowing that. Anyways, okay. What I will do is,
Yeah.
please, I will just quickly say this. If you want to, I'll try and see if I can copy. But if I cannot copy it, I will check back again and drop the link below this, because for a live video, you can always watch a replay. So I'll drop the link below the live video, so you can always check there. I'll ask him, copy it from him on WhatsApp, then drop it below the live video. So I don't know what happened to the guest, but I'm sure he'll be back. Yanu, I can't get your question. You said, can you extend the 2 years? As in how? Extend how? Is it that the person does not meet up with criteria or requirement? So let me know what you mean. You can type it out so that I can tell the guest when he's back. I think he has some issues. He'll be back soon. I'm sure he'll be back. Okay, he's back now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. I was just trying to navigate, and I think I did a mistake.
I know,
But
yeah.
I can send a message to everyone.
Okay, it's okay. I'll copy the link from you, maybe on WhatsApp, and paste it. I'll copy it and paste it beneath this chat after the show. That's what I will do.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So that's a lot of money, actually. Really, I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually a lot, to be honest with you.
Yes.
So I think a way of saving yourself the financial headache is, if I'm an international student and I'm planning to do such program, I think what I'm going to do is, first of all, try to get myself into the system, try to get my PR, right?
Yeah, very
Then while
important.
doing my PR, then I'll start applying for the program as well, because if I'm in the system and I'm still doing the program as an international student, I'm still paying like a lot of money.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, yeah. So apart from U of A, are there other university that does this program? I know U of A does it, because I made a research one time. So apart from them, any other university doing it?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them, and unfortunately, I'm not able to post on the general comment. So
Yes, you can. What you say is, I will type it out.
No, I just posted it. I posted a link to the
You
private
posted
chat
it
now, but I can mention those schools as well. So
okay, yeah.
Some of the schools is University of Lethbridge.
Yeah.
The university is also in Alberta, and University of Nova Scotia. Prince Edward Island University, then Memorial University of Newfoundland.
Oh, that's nice. If Newfoundland does it, they have cheaper this thing there.
Yeah,
I heard so.
Their tuition fee is cheaper, but if I remember though, I think they also increased their tuition fee recently, and that was because even local students they will local students go from other provinces, go to their program over there and leave. So like they were like, oh, okay, they also have to increase the tuition fee as well. So I think they increase the tuition fee across board. But irrespective, it won't be that expensive as compared to other provinces, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I posted a bunch of that. The link I sent to you.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I don't just know how to, but I would find a way to do that after the show. I'll just get all those links from you, and then I'll paste it beneath this live chat so everybody can read it there. That's what I would do.
Okay, yeah, sounds good then.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Or if you have any other way, but I think that's I don't know why I can't. I'll find it. I'll find out what I can. I don't know why I can't copy. So about the government grant. So as a PR, let's talk about the government grant and loans. You got with government grant and loan, you spent 20,000 CAD with your government grant and loan.
Oh no, so the 20,000 Canadian dollars, that was what went to the university, like everything that went to the university.
Okay.
But as I was explaining to you earlier on, in the grand scheme of things, like when I even finished the program, I realized that like I wasn't owing any money. And I made that by saying, well, when I applied for the program, I applied for a student loan, and I got a lot of I got student loan, and also I got grant from the government. So basically the grant, you're not expected to pay it back to the government. And the grant oftentimes depends on your family income. It depends on a lot of factors, like your family situation, family income, do you have kids and all those stuff. And especially for people, for international students that are fresh, that don't have any financial record with Canada, oftentimes when you apply for student loan with the government, oftentimes you get a max grant. So if you look at the grand scheme of things, and I also applied for a few scholarships when I was in school. So if I look at it holistically, I realized that maybe I spent 20,000 to go to school, and fund that I got back one way or the other from the government and student and grants in scholarships was even more than the 20,000, you know. And also bear in mind, I did some side gig as a student, like my own side business and the likes, but bearing in mind that the priority is to finish my nursing program. So in the grand scheme of things, you can find yourself being on the positive side financially while you undergo the program itself.
Okay. So somebody is asking a question here, that can the 2 years be extended? Like if the 2 years is too short, maybe the person cannot cope with the rigorous workload. Do they give them, I'm trying to understand a question, do they give them more time to cover up and other students leave, or maybe ahead of them? Do they stay back if they can't cope with the rigorous activity?
Yeah, definitely. Like the way Canada's education system works it's actually very flexible. Despite the fact that the program has been tailored in a way whereby everybody is like go. But if you realize that, okay, this program, I can't cope in the sense that the work ethic is too much for me. It's a matter of, okay, reaching out to the student advisor and sending an email, making a case for yourself. In that regards, because oftentimes every semester, like there's always like slot of, let's say we want to do nursing 400 now, right? There's other faculties also probably take that course as an what do you call it now, external course or elective. But let's say the number of nursing students that is in after degree is like 50, they would have made a 50 space available for nursing students to register in, you know. And oftentimes these courses are very competitive. Everybody wants to go ahead and register for it. So if you're in that shoes that you feel that, oh, the course is too rigorous for you, I don't want to do this I don't want to do this specific course for now, I only want to take 2 courses. When you reach out to the university and you make a case for yourself, there's a way they work around the program for you. If you feel like extending it for 3 years instead of the 2 years, that way you can space your courses around.
So, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. There's something I want to clarify because I really don't get it. That's issue of paying per semester or per course or per unit. So does it mean that if a university says that our tuition is 4,000 CAD per semester, does that mean that's not the total amount I'm paying? I'm still going to calculate my courses per unit?
I think with respect to that, so let's say, let me take my first semester as an example. My first semester, we did like, I think 6 courses. Each of the courses is 3 unit course, right?
Mhm.
So for each, let's say for the one of the course, it cost me, let's say 2005 assumption, right?
Okay.
So that means for the first semester, I'm paying a total of 3 times 6. Sorry, two
It,
five times 6. That's like 15, if I'm correct,
yeah.
15,000 roughly. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
So that means I'm paying 15,000 for that semester. You know,
Oh,
so
wow.
it based on courses that you take. For
Okay.
example, now someone, just like we explained earlier on, someone might want to extend their program for another 1 year to make it 3 years. So
Hmm.
that means in a semester, the person that is extending their program is not
Hmm.
doing the number of courses that
Yeah.
someone that just want to do it within 2 years is doing.
Hmm.
So that means for that semester, the person that is doing the program for 3 years, they won't pay as much as
Oh,
someone that wants to just do the program within 24 months. So like everything depends on the parameter, is either per course or per semester, right? So how many courses are you taking for that semester would decide how much you're paying for that semester, if
oh,
that makes
amazing.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense because I usually because I know we have a WhatsApp group for nurses in Canada. I usually know that I hear people talk about it that oh they are paying social amount and somebody will respond that are you sure the person is taking that amount of cost? Because if they say if you know when Instagram influencers do reels, they just say University of Newfoundland 5,000 CAD. I'm just making an assumption 5,000
Yeah.
CAD per semester. Then I'm in the comment section somebody replies how many courses are they taking because that's so it usually doesn't make sense to me like oh does that mean I'm not paying 5,000? It has to be
Yeah.
dependent on how many courses I'm taking. I think that's another thing we don't have that in Nigeria. Any course that they bring is what you must do. If you like let your brain not carry it,
Yeah,
you
true.
will pay that money and then fail and then still pay for summer school
Pay for some,
or
correct.
fall school, whatever they do. I think they have a lot of
Yeah.
systems in place here. So if you have
Yeah.
questions, we can start dropping our questions. Please, if you have questions, start dropping your questions so that we can answer on time. We spent about 30 minutes here so that we have the next 30 minutes to interact, drop questions. If you have questions, please drop your question. Then for application for government grants, how does it happen? How is it that government already knows the number of people in school, they have their PR, or do you have to apply? Do you have to show interest? How do you apply for your government grants and loans?
Yeah, so for example, now if you're in Abada, there's something they call Abata student loan. So
Okay.
you go on the website and you click on apply. So when you click
Oh,
on
okay.
apply, it's gonna ask you for your name, your social insurance number, ask you for your address, family size, all those integrity
Okay.
information. Then
Mm-hmm.
when you fill in that information, you click on submit. So I think they are going to assess your eligibility for the student loan, and they will do their own background check and they will decide. So basically, that's the way the student loan works. But with respect to the grant, like I said, the government decide that depending on your family income,
Okay.
your family dynamics, and some other information as well. Your credit, no, not really your credit score. They don't have anything to do with your credit score, but they just want to be sure that okay, are you owing? Have you ever had student loan and you didn't pay back? All those things, right? Before they decide to loan you more money. Yeah.
Okay, so the grant is the one you don't pay back, right? The grant is the one the government gives you and you don't pay back. Because I know
Correct.
there's the money that government gives and you don't pay back. Then you pay back the loan, but not the
Yeah.
grant, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So they do they have a specific amount they give? Okay, you said depending on family size, does it affect the grant that they give me, or does it affect the loan, or does it affect the both?
So with respect to the loan, I think what they usually do is when you apply, they will ask you for the program you want to do, right?
Mhm.
And they basically probably go through the university you're applying to.
Okay.
They will look at their website and know how much you probably need for tuition fee, how much you're gonna need for maybe laptop, how much are you gonna need
Okay.
for upkeep,
Okay.
feeding. So
Okay.
like they do their own parameter and they loan you money
Oh,
that they actually know is more than enough for you to survive, even if
oh,
you don't work, right?
amazing.
Yeah, so like the opportunity is there, and they believe that oh, being a registered nurse when you're done, that you're definitely gonna make some good money if you work, and you can pay back the loan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Honestly,
one
everything in this life is give and take. It's the government too,
take,
they are very calculative.
oh, definitely, and they,
Everything is give and
but
take.
yeah, but it's also advantageous that you have the opportunity to get some money somewhere and go to school, um, make a good profession for yourself and pay back without stress, right? So I think
Exactly.
it's a good advantage. And also for some people that might be so conscious about the financial aspect of it, and they are hoping to join the let's say Canada Force,
Hmm.
Canadian Force. But oftentimes you have to be a Canadian before you can go through that route. Because I said this because when I was
Oh,
in school as well, I had met some few people that
hmm.
while doing the program, they were being paid salary, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
their tuition fee as well was totally paid off. Like
It's
they
Canadian
weren't
force. You
going,
mean like force, like what do you mean by
yeah,
that
like
Canadian force?
maybe Canadian Army,
Oh, I wanted to be
Navy,
sure. That's what I was
uh,
thinking. Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. So they have some few program, and I think I also copied the link as well, which I'll forward to you. Yeah,
Okay,
they
so if
have some few
I'm in the
program.
force, I can still do the after degree program, is that?
Oh, correct. Yeah, you can still
Oh,
do the
okay.
after degree program. Yeah,
Oh,
but that
okay.
means, but often time, I think they are more specific. You have to be a Canadian citizen. So
Oh,
that way,
right.
yeah. So that way, security is being checked out. They don't want a situation by maybe someone that has allegiance to another country joins their force,
Exactly.
and
It's taking
yeah.
their
So
money and yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I get that. Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm learning a lot from this live chat. I'm learning a whole lot, and I like it. Thank you so much for. So I've seen the links. What I would do is, please, if you watch this live chat and you want to get maximum information, after the live chat, YouTube gives me access to edit and put some links for you under this chat. So I'm going to get the links from him via WhatsApp and copy them under the video. So once you just click on the video, if you click on the drop down, you will see there so that you can get maximum information. Also read more by yourself. Somebody's asking for a recap. I'll try to do a recap before we go, but let us answer our questions first before we do your recap. So somebody said my question is different. I'm interested in study route, precisely MSc in nursing. Can I also apply for student loan from Nigeria before going to Canada? Over to you. I don't know. You get the
yeah.
question, right?
I think I got part of.
Can you see it? Can you see the question? Can you see the question? Did I lose him?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I ask you, is the question from TY, or who has the question?
No,
Because I didn't get.
Kabira Shobano Raji.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, my
pinned it. Can
question
you
is
see?
kind of
Yeah,
different. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm interested in study route, precisely MSc in nursing. Can I also apply for student loans from Nigeria before going to Canada? So I think the way that works is because number one thing, you're not a permanent resident, right?
Yeah.
And you're not a Canadian. I doubt. I've never heard of it before, but I doubt if definitely government won't give you anything in student loan. They will probably expect Nigerian government to give you student loan to come and study. But that being said, oftentimes because I knew of a friend of mine that did a master's program in nursing, right? She had a
Mm-hmm.
very strong CGPA from Nigeria. Like I think she was in first class. And when she had applied for a master's program, she got some scholarships. So
Okay.
it's possible you get scholarships as
Yeah.
against student loan. The
Mhm.
student loan, I believe, is a no, but there's possibility that you get scholarships.
Yes, thank you very much. You answered the question absolutely right.
Yeah,
I'm not sure you can secure a student loan from a government that does not, you don't have any attachments with them. So you need to have an attachment with the government of Canada, maybe being a PR. Or I also heard that, like, I'm a PR now. If I have a brother that is not a PR but is a student here, I can apply for loans for them. Like the government can kind of give him some part because he has me, which is a family tie, and I have a PR here. So they trace it to me. If he has anything to pay, I might be the one to pay them off for him. But you can also, but if you don't have that link, I'm not sure you can get, you can't even get it. So it's better you look for scholarships and loans. So TY TY, you're saying, I said BC Province is sponsoring many programs. Yes, correct. A lot of programs can be, you can check online for programs. Today we're not talking about NNAs. However, doing the after degree program too is better than NNAs, because NNAs, I don't know if you know about NNAs, Kunle. So
I'm not
NNAs
familiar
is
with.
what, as you know about NNAs, you heard about it.
No, I'm not familiar with the course.
Oh,
With
okay.
the
So
course.
NNA, no, it's not a course, it's a body, it's an
Oh,
assessment
okay.
body. So for me, instead of me going through the after degree program, I'm doing NNAs. NNAs means that that's the assessment I will go through before I become a registered nurse here. They kind of waste a lot of time. So if I had known when I came in, I would have done this after degree program. By now, I'll have finished. If I knew that NNAs takes this amount of time. So if you're in Canada and you have a PR, you have everything you need, please, it's better for you to do this after degree program than waste your time on it, at least today, because a lot of promises they're giving us, they are not acting on. We're not seeing them acting on it yet, though it's getting better fairly. But I will still take the after degree program to during NNAS. So this person says there are programs BC people are sponsoring. You can check them out. I've not heard about it. I have a link, TY, you can share with me so that I can share with my audience. Thank you so much. I just can a little, yes, I'll Sunday, Elizabeth, I'll do a recap after answering the questions, please. I can do a recap for you before we leave the studio, but that will be after answering the question. I need to answer their questions first, then we can do a recap. Don't know any, I don't know what this person is saying, but let me just say it. Well, TY, I have a lot of videos on my channel. So anybody that wants to know how to you can send me the link on my Instagram and do at @ife_ofela. There are a lot of videos on my channel that can put you through on this RN route, LPN route, and all these things. If you are interested, it's on my YouTube channel. I can't just, that's not the main cause of being here today. It's for after degree program. However, I'll be willing to access the link you're going to send to me and share with my audience if I see that it's something that they will benefit from. Thank you very much, too. Just send me a DM at Ife. I'll write it in the comment section for you. So at Ife_ofela, you can just send me a DM there of the link so that I'll check those BC sponsoring you're talking about. Please, if you have questions, we can drop our question so that we can, then the person that asks for a recap, so I'll just quickly do that. I don't have any question yet, so I'll do a recap quickly. Permit me, Kule, let me just do a recap.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah, so today we're talking about the after degree program. It's a program that anybody can do. Like, even if you study, but you must have, just like the name implies, after degree, you must have a degree to feature or to be able to do this program. Not like I have an HND or OND. No, you must have a bachelor's degree. Then you can, you can benefit from this program. However, we raised a concern, which is that people say that you might not be able to get admission if you are applying straight from Nigeria, but you can try. So we also propose a solution, which is that you can gain your admission into any other field of study, or do your PR first, at least get your permanent residence first, or get an admission. If you get an admission, you can easily cross to the after degree program when you now get to Canada, but do it the right way. IRCC must be aware, your school must be aware that you're changing, and do not lose your status while you're trying to change. Because if you lose your status, Canada sends you back, because that's the only reason why you're here, to study. We all know that as Nigerians, after study, we try to get our PR, but that is what the government believes, that you're here to study. So you can also use that route to secure your, then we also spoke about the tuition fee, and that it is cheaper when you have a PR, but if you don't have a PR, you're paying ×3 or ×4 of what students that have a PR will pay as an international student. We also mentioned universities that offer this course: University of Alberta, University of Lethbridge, Newfoundland University. You can check. Another thing you can do for yourself is that after this show, if you watch a replay of this program, you click at what we call a live chat. Under the live chat, you see people's question. You can read, you can digest, you can. So that is the basic recap. Then you can also get government grants and loans as a PR holder. If you don't have a PR or PR, then this is more, tedious for you. You have to source for your school fees yourself. Then there's a question I want to ask, Kunle. Yeah. If I am an international student, do you think doing my 20 hours per week can sponsor me through school without government grant or loan?
Yeah.
Can I use that to sponsor myself through school, the 20 hours per week for students?
Yeah, I think to answer that question correctly, it all depends on the course you're doing. So I said that because I remember when I came from a master's program as well, like I basically worked myself, like I worked throughout my program and I paid for my tuition fee,
Oh,
you know.
wow.
Yeah. So, and then I did it at the University of Newfoundland. So oftentimes when you come for master's program are reasonably cheaper, like for international students. And when I say reasonably cheaper, like depending on the part of Canada you're going to, if you're not going to Toronto, if you're not going to Vancouver, if you go to probably the Atlantics, say Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, PEI, tuition fee are reasonably cheaper over there. And like I said, throughout my program, it was like a 1.5 year program, and I think it cost me, if I remember, maybe 4,500, like 4,005 for my program, if I remember vividly,
For
as an
the
international.
whole 1.5 year,
Yeah, correct. As an international
4,500
student.
CAD as an
Yeah,
international student.
I believe so. Is it that
Oh,
four,
wow.
five, or six? Between
Not
4,500
bad.
and 6,000.
Ah,
It'll
that's
be
not
like,
bad. I
yeah,
feel that's
yeah.
not bad at all.
Yeah. So it was between 4,005 and 6,000, if I remember vividly. I didn't spend a fortune while doing the program. So, like I said, it's actually possible to work and pay your tuition
And
fee through
okay,
the program. But if
okay.
you're going for engineering programs, if
Yeah,
you're
they are
going
more
for,
expensive.
they are more expensive.
Mm.
So it all depends on which course you're coming in for, in
Oh.
which part of the province as well, due to the standard of living.
Oh, that's pretty good because my husband also did his master's in University of Newfoundland and he was able to pay his tuition and basically did everything himself after getting the admission.
Yeah,
So I believe when there's a will, there's a way. You just have to know that it will stress you, right? But
yeah,
you would always pull through. And there are Nigerians around for you to, connect to it, ask questions and all that. I have a 2 years top up bachelor's degree following a 3 years nursing diploma program. Yes, yes, you can apply for it. So 2 years bachelor, 2 years top up bachelor's degree. So what she's saying is that she did, I don't know if you are familiar with School of Nursing in Nigeria.
yeah,
So the
correct.
School of Nursing is 3 years. So
Yeah,
after School of Nursing, usually you can get your bachelor's in nursing because I did that too. I did School of Nursing first, and I did Bangkok University for 2 years, and I have my bachelor's right now. So I'm qualified for the after degree program. So you are qualified. So
yeah,
you are very qualified. Yeah,
correct.
yeah. So this person, please, do you mean that you can get accepted even if you don't have a prior science knowledge? Is there anything you have to do to get? So I'll leave my guest to. He has answered this question, but maybe you're just joining us. I'll just leave him to answer the question.
Yeah, that's okay. If I'm correct, Ghania, right? So
Yeah,
Ghania, like I said, I had a bachelor's degree in soil science, and
yeah.
though it's science related, but I knew of people that had their bachelor's degree in geography, like mathematics, like different field when I was doing my program, even some people in English. So just to buttress on and answer that question, so oftentimes for you to qualify for the program itself, you must have a first degree. So irrespective of the degree, you can submit your application. But that said, there are some prerequisites that you have to meet, and I have actually have the link here. So let me just mention them to you. One sec. For University of Alberta now, some of the
Okay.
prerequisites is you still, even though you came from Nigeria, you're English speaking,
Yeah.
you've done English all your life. You still have to do an English related course for
Okay.
you to get for them to now assess your admission. You know,
Okay.
so you have to do English, you have to do human anatomy, you have to do human physiology, you have to do a medical microbiology course, psychology, and statistics. So I think in total you have to do 6 prerequisites for you to
Mm.
apply, for you to be assessed for the admission itself. And mind you, even though you've done all, if for example, if you're a registered nurse back from Nigeria, you might have done most of these courses
Exactly.
before, they still want you to do it all over again
Mm.
for you to apply and for them to now consider your admission. And like I said, oftentimes the course is actually very competitive. Like
Mm.
and now they've even added some other levels of requirement to it. I think during my set, I started the program in 2019, but in 2020, a set after me, they started asking for like Casper. Casper is more of like
Yeah, I heard about
scenario
that
based,
Casper. Hmm.
yeah, scenario based intervention question that you have to. That's another order again that people
Hmm.
face with the program.
Hmm.
But depending on the university you're going, I don't think it's all the university that have jumped on it. Some other university, let's
I've
say
not,
most
yeah.
university in the Atlantic provinces, they might not. I don't think they've actually jumped on it. But in Alberta and some other universities within the prairies, I think they actually request for Casper as well.
Hmm. That's something I also discovered about not just Canada, I think everywhere. If there's an opportunity that jumps out now, if you don't grab it on time, it becomes more tedious. It becomes
Yeah.
more tedious. It becomes more tedious. You have to, that's why you must be prepared in every angle. Okay, what can I do to just prepare yourself? Otherwise, it gets more tedious. So this person is asking, I think you are going to answer this question well, quickly, because I think you, since you know you came into Canada, migrated into nursing, so you'll be able to answer the person's question. So he said medicine is busy in Canada, yes. What can you say about this? What part of nursing is good for a new immigrant?
Okay, so for example, like personally, like I said when I was explaining to you at the beginning of this conversation, it's my family dynamics uh, got me was my major contributor to venture into nursing. So the interest came later, if that makes sense. So I have some other colleague of mine that they actually had interest like in nursing, and to date they find it enjoyable working in the medicine field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though at times they say, oh, like they get to complain about it as well, like or just express the challenges they're facing due to maybe long hours of work by the bedside. And personally, I'm in this psychiatry nursing.
Oh,
So
amazing. I think
yeah,
you need to tell us about psychiatry nursing because I'm interested. I don't have any idea about it here in Canada. So maybe you
yeah.
just brief us later when you're done.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'm in the psychiatric nursing, and I remember when I was doing my nursing program, I didn't have any clinical placement in medicine. I don't know how that happened to me. I don't know how it worked for me, but most of my clinical placement was in orthopedics and my preceptorship. So the preceptorship is more of like I believe they do it in Nigeria as well. So it's more of like an IT and the final clinical placement. So I intentionally requested for psych, and I got it, and I enjoyed that field. And I say I enjoyed the field because I remember when I came to Canada in 2014, I decided to volunteer as well, like with the Red Cross Society, and
Mhm.
intentionally I did that just for me to integrate myself, like cultural awareness of the new environment that I find myself, get to know places as well, get to understand the system. So I intentionally did that, and that gave me an opportunity to work. Like I have a back.
Sorry, for the volunteer program that you did, do they pay? Is it a paid?
Oh no, 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 no. So
Okay.
the volunteering is more of like it's free at my
Yeah.
own time. It's just for me to understand the system, get to know the cultural differences as well. And I think that gave me an opportunity to work as a child and youth care worker when I was in Newfoundland. And
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was what I was getting at when I said I was able to work and pay my tuition fee back in Newfoundland.
Okay.
So I think it was an experience that I leveraged on when I started my nursing program by saying, okay, the China and UK work is kind of related to psych. It's under psych. So that was why I decided to focus in psychiatry. And yeah, like I said, I'm a registered nurse, but I work as a psychiatric nurse, which I'm really enjoying at the moment.
Okay. So it is psychiatry and part of nursing.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I would say I would also have to. It depends on you. You cannot really say this is a specific part of nursing that is good for a new immigrant. It depends on who you are. Because for someone like me, I'm not sure I really enjoy psychiatric nursing as much as I enjoy gynae. I love gynae. I love OBs and gynae. I love neonatal units, children. So it depends on when you go into nursing, when you start your program, you will, because they will place you, they'll take you to wards, you will do your practicals and all that. You will start familiarizing yourself. So most time you will start knowing which one you enjoy more. For example, for my kind of nursing, I love day duties. A lot of people say, no, I like night duties because, it's less stressful in some areas. Because some night duties, the patient, a lot of them will be sleeping. At least 80% should be sleeping for night duty. 20% may have you to. But personally, I don't like night duties because it makes me idle. And you're expected to keep your eyes awake for 12 hours. I get 30 minutes or 45-minute break sometimes, even sometimes 1 hour if you're a lot at work here, not in Nigeria. So I don't like it that you're keeping me awake and I'm not really doing much. I like that I'm awake and I'm doing something on the go. That's my person. I like to be busy. So I like day duty. So as you progress in nursing, you would know what you like. So I think that will answer your question best. So this person say, can you address the criteria to get admitted? Well, I don't know. I don't want to, we have talked about this before, actually. I don't know if you can catch a replay, but I can just quickly run it for you. The criteria is just basically having a bachelor's degree in any other field or even in nursing, then your interest. I think that would be the criteria. Or what do you think, Kule? Are there other criteria for them to?
Yeah, I think that you're totally right. Like, most importantly, you have a bachelor's degree, irrespective of the field. And like I said, the other thing apart from having a bachelor's degree, you still have to do some prerequisites
Yeah,
to
the
go into the
prerequisite.
after degree, and your interest as well. And like as I explained earlier on, being a Nigerian, or any you even if you're not a Nigerian, any part of the world, and you have that courage to move to Canada and start a new life afresh, then I give you kudos, and I believe anyone can do that program. It's
Yeah.
all about mindset and a passion that you have to get your foot on the ground.
So I was going to ask, so are there people that do this, that take their part degree program, the prerequisite, and still not get admitted?
Oh, well, yeah, I know it's a tough one, right? But I've heard of few people that have done it before and couldn't get
And
admission.
couldn't get admission.
Yeah, and if I was in that shoes, or few people that I know that actually happened to them. So what they did was they settled for the 4-year program, and
Oh,
if
okay.
you settle for the 4-year program, don't forget that the prerequisite as well, they will
Mm-hmm.
be exempted for you while you're doing the 4-year program,
Okay.
because what the after degree program simply means is they are trying to they scrap your year one and year two,
Okay.
right? So you're only starting from year three and year four.
Oh,
So
nice.
your prerequisite that you've written, most of them are in your year one and year two. Like, you're actually gonna write 6 prerequisites. So they believe if you can do this prerequisite successfully with a very strong CGPA, then you should be able to cope. Despite with the fact that you have a bachelor's degree already and you're a mature student, you should be able to cope for your year three and your year four. So as I was saying, so for someone that done the prerequisites and they couldn't get a very strong CGPA because the program is actually very competitive. That means if you now apply for the 4-year program, maybe in another university, let's say University of Makenwa as an example, which is also in Alberta, if you get the admission, they will actually um, they will actually exempt you from doing those prerequisites again. So let's say in a semester you're meant to do 8 courses, let's say for year one, and you've done some courses for your prerequisite to get into the after degree, they
Mm-hmm.
can exempt 3 courses for you or 4 courses for you. So your workload will be kind of reduced if you're doing the 4-year program because you've done the prerequisite before. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so is it an automatic admission? Like people that do not make the prerequisite and can't get the after degree, do they get an automatic admission for the 4 years, or they have to apply again to that?
Oh yeah, definitely they have to apply as well. And it's the admission is not also automatic. And one thing that, like you said, during the course of this conversation, Nosofela,
Yeah.
like when, especially when for the immigrants, for new immigrants, when you're migrating to Canada, even we that are in the system presently, if an opportunity comes and you hear about
Mm-hmm.
thing that is like on the vibe at the moment, like, it's better to just jump on the
Jump
ship
on it, yes.
as
Jump on it,
possibly,
yeah.
as against testing the waters and waiting.
Yeah.
It becomes
Actually.
more challenging and difficult to get into a specific thing that you actually want.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really enjoyed this session. I like the way you're very calm. It's not like me that I like to talk. I'm done. Thank you. Yeah, so
No
somebody
worries.
is saying that can RN from SON apply for the after degree program? Well, this RN program, they get diploma so that you know how to answer the question. They don't get bachelor's degree. It's that 3 years program in Nigeria. Just like when you do ONG in Nigeria. So that's what this
Yeah.
RN program is. So do you think they can apply?
So
Because they don't
if
get
not,
bachelor's.
yeah. So to answer the question, thanks for the clarification. To answer the question, the after degree program, I, to my best knowledge, I'd
Mhm.
said a bachelor's degree. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
so if you're in that shoes and you have a, let's say, diploma, my strong recommendation would be, if I'm in that shoes and I'm in Nigeria, my best recommendation would, okay, do I really want to migrate?
Hmm.
Do I want to leave Nigeria? Then if that is the case, I'll look for, let's say, graduate diploma in
Okay.
anything that has anything related to maybe nursing, or like
Yeah.
look for a
Hmm.
graduate diploma,
Wise, wise, wise. I love that.
jump in, finish the program, and start my prerequisite for the nursing course.
Yeah.
So that might probably take me, instead of uh, 3 years, 3 years for the after degree program, including the prerequisite. That was why I said 3 years. So instead of the
Yeah.
3 years, that probably might take me a 4 year journey. So I think that's the route I'm gonna go. But applying for it directly, I don't think
With
that's,
after, yeah.
yeah.
Thank you very much. I like the way you answer the question. You know, for every question, it's trying to give a solution. Honestly, I enjoyed this session. So that solution he has given is really, really amazing. So while you're doing the degree program, you have to start looking for, how do I pay tuition? Do I want to get my PR? Just inculcating everything together. With the
Yeah.
information we have on this live chat today, I think anybody that wants to jump on this should be able to jump on this successfully without any hassle. Amaka, I don't understand why people are creating WhatsApp group. Should I create after degree program WhatsApp group? Or what do I tag the WhatsApp group? I have a WhatsApp group already for nurses in Canada, but however, I've been getting a lot of requests for me to create WhatsApp group for people that want me to mentor them and all that. If that's what you mean, I would look into it because I've been getting these requests a lot. But I have a YouTube channel where you can always get information. However, I like to teach a lot. So I'll look into it if I can have a mentorship forum free for people that are interested. I can always jump into the group sometimes to give us lectures on these things. It's okay. Somebody's asking a question here. Okay, this person said, hey, this Ghania, I don't understand what you mean. Are you saying BC? Are you saying BC will require you to do I don't understand. If I add your WhatsApp number, I'll have sent you link to join us in the studio to explain yourself. But I don't think I know you. But I
Yeah,
don't know if this. Do you understand
I
what she's
think
saying?
I think what she, if I'm correct, I think what she meant was, maybe she's in BC at the moment and she says she can't leave BC, right? Uh,
Yes.
there's a school, University of Victoria, requires her to go to college for 2.5 years, bachelor's, and then 1.5 at the University of Victoria. The 4 years include 6 weeks practice yearly. So I think in the nutshell, she's probably looking at a 4 year program, and she's gonna do 6 weeks practice. If I'm correct. So if just to answer our question, if she's actually in BC, depending
Mhm.
on what she's doing at the moment, and if she's doing, if she's in the college, if my understanding is correct, if I'm in her shoes, I think if she has a bachelor's degree, that's number
Mhm.
one thing. Does she has a
Mhm.
bachelor's degree? If I have a
Okay,
bachelor,
Jania, do you have a bachelor's degree? If you have a bachelor's degree, signify, right? Type it for me. Let me see. Let me know. But continue so that I'll write a response.
yeah. So if that is the case, I will. If I have a bachelor's degree, doing a program presently in uh, what's it called, Victoria, I want to tailor the courses I'm taking to meet the after degree criteria. So
Okay.
that way I can easily use those as a prerequisite and
Oh,
apply for the
okay,
program.
that works.
So yeah. So let's
Hmm.
say I'm taking a course at the moment. You know, when you're in university, you can decide to pick course
Yeah.
the way you want it. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on, let's say, University of Lethbridge now. I will look at the prerequisite that they are asking for, and I'll look at, because what happened is, for example, you're of A now. They have a list of schools where you can do the prerequisite and the courses that is equivalent to.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. So those prerequisites, if I apply to U of A now, does that mean I won't do it under U of A?
Oh no,
Oh wow, I
what
never knew.
Yeah. Okay. So this is it. The prerequisite, you can decide to do it at the U of A, right?
Mhm.
But for me now, when I did my prerequisite, I did it at University of Athabasca.
Okay.
It was strictly online.
Okay.
I didn't need to go into class, and so it worked for me because as at then when I was doing my prerequisite, I also have my ongoing gigs, like I was working, so I was
Mhm.
doing my prerequisite. So it's actually worked for me. I don't need to go to the four walls of class while I was doing my prerequisites. So for and though there are some other prerequisites that U of A offers, right? But that didn't work for me, and I decided to do it online with University of Nebraska, and which after then I used it to apply for
Okay.
after degree.
So the one you do with university, do you have to apply to them, or U of A will send you to them as their students? Is U of
Okay,
A
so
presenting you to them?
oh no. So
Okay.
it's a different school entirely. University of Nebraska is a different school. So what I
Okay.
did was I went online. I think the link is actually with you. So I went to University of Alberta and look at the prerequisite that I needed for my program,
Mhm.
and for each of the prerequisite, they mentioned like university within Alberta that I can go take those courses. So let's say, for example, for my physiology, they can tell me that, oh, if we have to
Mm.
consider your physiology, go and do physiology 200 from University of Athabasca. So
Mhm.
I will now go to University of Athabasca. I enrolled myself as an open student. So
Okay.
that doesn't take any challenges. You can apply online. They give you admission as an open student. But the international fee with that as well is also very expensive. So
Oh.
it's better you're a permanent resident, right?
Mm.
So if I when I took the course, I applied for it, and I finished the course. For every other courses as well that University of Alberta required me to do as prerequisites, I look at it and I look at the equivalent course at the University of Athabasca. Then
Okay.
I registered for it. So when I finished all the courses with my transcript, that was what I used to apply to the University of Alberta alongside with my BSc and my master's degree program. But even the master's degree program doesn't really carry a lot of weight because
Yeah.
all they needed was, do you have a first degree? So if that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you. I think, yeah. So for Ghanaian now, you were saying that she said she has a bachelor's degree in communication. That lady that I was talking about, BC.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you were
So
saying,
if
okay.
so if that is the case, if I'm in your shoes, if I have a bachelor's degree in communication, and at the moment, if I'm enrolled in a program, let's say University of Victoria, if I believe there will be an option for me to choose the courses I want to do. So if there's an option for me to choose courses that I want to enroll in, depending on the university I want to go do my after degree program. So let's say I want to go do my after degree program at University of Lethbridge. I'll look at the prerequisite that they need for each of the six prerequisites.
Mhm.
They would have specified for me that, okay, if you want to if we have to accept your, let's say, physiology or your anatomy, go and do equivalent course maybe in University of Victoria. They will not write the name of that specific course. So for me, I will just register for that specific course at the University of Victoria so
Mhm.
that I can present to University of Lethbridge when I'm done with it. That, okay, you asked me to go bring maybe anatomy. I've done it. This is it, right? So for me, if I'm in Ghanaian shoe, I'll first look at which university do I want to go do it. Look at
Mhm.
their prerequisites. If I'm enrolled at the moment at University of Victoria, I will now choose those courses the way I want it, and I will kickstart it that way.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that should be helpful. However, Gania, if you have more questions, drop it under this. Not now. I'm not taking any. I'll take questions from other people, but I'll be willing to attend to you later after the show if I see your question. So this person said, "What's the best way to migrate to Canada using study routes?" Well, I think you already mentioned the route, but I leave Kule to answer the question. He's a calmer person, so
Yeah, so I think to the best of my knowledge, the best way to migrate, if I don't have a master's already in Nigeria, because oftentimes if you have a master's, I'll probably just suggest you to do express entry, right?
yeah.
But if that is not the case, if I don't have a master's in Nigeria, then I would strongly suggest is that you consider a postgraduate diploma, depending on my CGPA. I'll consider a postgraduate diploma, I'll consider a master's, and those are the major two options that I would strongly recommend for anyone. And I'll also look at my finances before I jump on the ship, in the sense that, oh, there are some provinces that are very expensive to live in. So for provinces in the East Coast, I know they are reasonably cheaper, and oftentimes, and I think that was one of the driving force that made me decided to go to University of Newfoundland as a then, because I knew I was going to be paying for my program myself. So they are kind of reasonably cheaper compared to provinces like um, British Columbia, like Toronto. So yeah, I think that was just the piece. I would strongly advise such individual to look into graduate diploma program, look at master's program, and get to apply for that.
Okay, so this person saying, if you didn't do anatomy, physiology, and science courses, do you mean in your bachelor's, or maybe generally, would I be eligible also for the visa process? Won't the visa officer raise an eyebrow? Well, I don't know if you really understand what you're trying to say, but
yeah. So I think we have to clarify that question in the sense that I think we have talked about there might be iota of truth in it that if you apply from outside of the country, you might not even get the admission in the first place.
okay. Yeah.
So I was strong if just to answer the person's question.
Oh, I
If
think she clarified here. Changing at yes, you can change because our guest here is studies soil science. Am I right?
yeah,
Before
correct.
you change into nursing, so you can change from anything into this program. However, you must be that you have a bachelor's in that field before you can consider this program. So, but I'm sure you still has some things to say about your. So please continue about the physiology sheet you was asking.
Yeah, so with respect to physiology, like the only physiology I've done, I ever did back then in Nigeria was physiology of plants animal, because soil science was related to agriculture, right? So an anatomy of animal husbandry, those are the few things I've done before, and human is kind of different from animals, right? Like
Yeah.
in physiology and anatomy. So to be honest with you, like doing the prerequisites, it was challenging, right? Even though even people that have done the courses before, like the way the courses are being taught in Nigeria is kind of different from the way the courses are being taught in Canada. So it's more of like everybody were in a playing field, and it's just it has to do with your commitment. I think that's just the most important thing, the commitment and how much you want it, right? So
Mhm.
we are all human being, and if we make up our mind to do anything, I believe we can do it. So for me, it was challenging, and you have to burn the candles. Though we
Mhm.
rarely burn candle in Canada, but you have to stay you have to stay awake at
Yeah,
night
stay
and
awake. Yeah.
just do the reading, and yeah, for sure you'll be good.
Thank you very, very, very much. Honestly, it's been an insightful session, even for me myself. I like your articulation. You were really prepared for the session. Thank you very, very much. So, Ganiya, if you cannot leave, then you have to do what BC is saying now. Since you cannot leave, then you have to go through what BC is asking you to do. If you know you are interested, because I understand, like when, like Kule, I'm supposed to have gotten my RN here, but the province that was giving us RN eligibility to write NCLEX was New Brunswick. I couldn't go to New Brunswick because of my family dynamics.
Yeah.
So that means I have to face what Abata is saying, or go to that New Brunswick and be prepared to maybe move my children for 6 months. Maybe my husband is a grown adult; he can cope with himself. So that means I have to change a lot of things. So if you cannot leave that province, maybe you have to do what BC is saying, because we are giving you options, and it seems maybe you have a family tie or you have a strong tie to BC, which I understand as human being. But that means you have to. That means you have to, I
Face
think
the
that means you have to
consequence.
do what BC is saying, yes, because so thank you very much, everyone. I think it's been a wonderful session. I don't think we have any. If you have questions, we can take one last question because it's past 1 p.m. We can take one last question if Mule indulge me. Otherwise, we can. I really enjoyed the session. The session is amazing. And then you mentioned postgraduate diploma. Okay, so it's different from masters, right? The
Oh,
postgraduate diploma.
yeah, so the postgraduate diploma is often, for example, someone that has, let's say, like a 2-2 from Nigeria as a bachelor
Okay.
degree, you can get to do a postgraduate diploma. excuse me, and
Okay.
oftentimes someone that has, let's say, a diploma in Nigeria as well, like
Like OND or
OND,
HND.
OND, HND, they can
Okay.
also apply for a postgraduate diploma.
Oh, okay. That means that means people from School of Nursing, because School of Nursing is 3 years, and I think they categorize as OND. They can do postgraduate diploma. I think that might be. I might make more research
I believe so.
into that.
Yeah.
Did you exhaust all your grant and scholarship fee while in school? Do you want to collect
And
from it?
I saw a smiley face as well. Like I said, when I did the program, I had realized that how much I had like collected in grants, in scholarship, and in student loan was way more than how much I needed. Like even though I had to do my part-time job as well, and I give kudos to my wife as well. She was very supportive all through the program. So
Amazing.
yeah, being a man and you have to juggle working, schooling, and raising your kids. It wasn't really easy. But just to answer your question, like yeah, I had maybe much more money when I was done as a student.
Come and give us out of it now. So that yeah, no, are you interested? We can do your interact. Oh, amazing, nice. I feel that's why I keep me. That's what I tell people. It's not like when you get to Canada, you start making all the money, but there are opportunities for you to, make more. The opportunity for you to become better. So I think it's not a bad yes. Thank you so much for thanking us. People are saying they want WhatsApp group. Please, what will I do on the WhatsApp group? If I'm going to have a WhatsApp group, it will not be for after degree program only. To be like maybe a mentorship WhatsApp group for people intending to come to Canada. But that means I have to be bringing guests to you again. Don't worry, I'll look into it, because it's going to be a lot of things on my plate. That means guys, I can't put you on WhatsApp group and no information. I have to get information. I have to bring people like Kunle sometimes to talk to you. So I'll look into it and let us know
So
if I'll
Nas
be.
Nas Ofela, I think Yanu said you should do giveaway before you leave.
Yeah, the one that will do. Yeah, the RN. I'm not RN in Canada. Excuse me. You are the RN in Canada. Do give away for my audience.
Maybe she should be more specific
Is the
because
RN no?
I
Wait.
know she was referring
Do you
to you.
think psychiatry nursing pay more than other field of nursing? Like judging by pay, psychiatry nursing in
Oh,
Canada, does it pay more
oh no,
than?
to be honest with you, so the way it works is everybody starts on the same benchmark, right? So your increase in pay has to do with the number of hours that you work in a year and all those stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
So to the best of my knowledge, like everybody's on the same pay scale, but depending
Mhm.
on the province that you are, like
Mhm.
if I'm correct, Abata is the most most destination of virtually everyone coming to immigrating to Canada because we have the minimal tax rates and of most of the profession as well. They pay more than other profession, even outside nursing.
Mhm.
So just to answer your question, like everybody's pay is on the same benchmark, but depending on how you work and how many hours you work in a year, and that's the way they increase your pay.
Mm.
But
Thank you.
when you now talk about maybe a nursing practitioner and all those other additional degree, then the pay system might be different.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. So Korea, to have answered this question, but I'll answer you briefly again. No, people with diploma from Nigeria cannot apply because it's after degree with the name after. So it must means you have to. But Mr. Kule provided a solution, which is very wonderful. You can catch a replay. He said that if you can quickly of course, do your bachelors in Nigeria, then start looking at the prerequisite that you need. Start looking at how to get to Canada. So if you know you're really interested and you have a diploma, then you have to get a bachelor's degree. It might not even be in nursing. You can get a bachelor's degree in animal science and whatever, whichever can give you the shortest possible BSc. You're still coming to do the BSc in nursing here, so there's no point getting it already in Nigeria when you're coming to do it here, because you're going to you got RN in nursing, and is it RN and BSc you got after degree, or just RN, or how does it work? What do you get after the?
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't get that. Yeah, so
Okay.
when you're done with after the grade, they will give
Mhm.
you BSc in nursing.
Yes,
So
exactly.
with the BSc
So
in nursing, you have
mhm,
the opportunity to go challenge the canal, like
the
College of
NCLEX.
Nursing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you have
Kana,
to
yeah.
go challenge. You have to go challenge the exam, and when you do the exam and you pass, that's when you become a registered nurse.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's the
just to answer
NCLEX,
your
right? The
yeah,
NCLEX.
the NCLEX. So just to answer your question, that means you have both BSc and the RN
Exactly.
designation. Yeah.
So, but no, she's a nurse. She's a nurse in Nigeria, though.
Oh, okay.
So you can explore that route. But people with OND cannot do the after degree program. It means that you must have a bachelor's. You must have a
Yeah.
bachelor's in anything at all. It might be in nursing, it might be in animal science, in anything at all. But people with you can't apply with that one. So this is the last question, please. It's 1:20 p.m. Because if Mr. Kule was working, he would have made some bucks from these hours are taken from him. So this is the last
Yeah.
question, please.
Sorry to cut you. I think that was why Iyanu Oluwa had said you should do giveaway
No,
for
he
us.
said
So that
she
means
already stated that it's you. Oh. See, I pinned it for you. Mr. Kule is you. Oh.
yeah. Then I think Gania was saying something about mental health. Like,
Yes,
do you
yes, yes.
think
Yeah,
your
that's
line
a
of
question.
nothing have any effect on your mental health? Yeah. Well, so I'm a kind of person that I leave it where it is. I go to work, do my job, and I leave it there. So I don't bring my work
Mm,
home. You know,
okay.
and I try as much as possible disengage myself with even though I know it's not easy. But when I get back home, I disengage myself. The moment I step out from work, I disengage myself with everything that I
Has
witnessed.
to do with psychiatry nursing.
Yeah.
No, but do you
So
discuss with your wife sometimes, like maybe or if you have a difficult patient, if you had a difficult, do you discuss with your wife at home? Like because it's what I would do. My husband is tired, even though I'm still on maternity leave. I used to tell him about nursing every day.
yeah, I don't do that because of what's it called, patient privacy as well.
Okay,
I
yeah, sure.
I never do that, and I just get it, like, come back home, settle with my kids, and forget about it. Like, try as much as possible to disengage myself with work. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean so when you talk about mental health, like, even personally, like, if people in different fields as well, people not in psychiatric nursing, we always, like, I always have to work check my own mental health as well, my own um, mental health situation, in the sense that when I need to take a break, when I need to disengage myself from work, I make sure I take that time off. I go, like, I travel, relax, and just to work life balance as much as I can.
Yeah,
So I don't say working in mental health affecting my mental health, like, directly. Even life itself affects our mental health positively or negatively. It all depends
yeah.
on how we react to it.
Thank you so much. Um, I'm coming. There's one question that is a follow-up. I'll just pin that and then we're done.
Is it the one that said, "Are you able to practice?" Oh, sorry.
Yes, you said, are you? Yeah, that's the one. That's the final one, and then we're
Are you
done.
able
Are you
to
able to have the BST
practice
before you become
the?
RN?
Oh, yeah. So when you finish your program as a PS, like, when you finish your program, you become a graduate nurse.
Mhm, yeah,
So, and you have, I think, 2 years, if I'm correct, to pass your NCLEX for you to become an RN. But it's very, very advisable that the moment you finish, challenge the exam and forget about it. Because what you learn in class and in clinicals is way different from the reality when you get to the field. So you don't want to wait, and when you have experience and you go do the exam and you find yourself conflicting that, oh, like, but this is what I read, like, it's kind of different from what I'm doing now. So I think my own advice for individual is, the moment you're done, just go for the exam and get it done, and get it behind you once and for all.
yes. Thank you so much. So, as a graduate nurse, what's like they pay, right? If you're interested into what they pay.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As a
So,
graduate nurse, if you apply,
is it a very big margin to what you get when you now start working proper?
oh no, like, the margin is maybe a couple of dollars, like $2 or $3. Is not
Oh,
the margin
so
is
not
not that
not
much.
bad.
Yeah, so because they see you as a graduate nurse, they see you as a registered nurse. The only
Yeah.
difference is you don't have your practicing license yet. So as a registered nurse, the difference is probably like $2 difference for you to start your career.
Okay. I think that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So let me just quickly say this. So for those that are interested in, well, I've been seeing a lot of people saying about WhatsApp group. Just look for Gania is in the comment section. I don't know her too, but I think she's a very nice person. Track her down so that she can give me like a brief of people that are really interested. Let us see if we can get it running. So I'll be working closely with Gania. So I don't know. I just like I said, Gania, if you have a Instagram handle or whatever, drop it so that people can message you there. Then you give me a report. Because if I tell them to come to my own gym, it's going to be a lot. So let them come to you. If we have a tangible number, then I can set up a WhatsApp group where we can mentor people more about this if they are really interested. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you so much. You were calm, you were articulate, everything was going on point. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for coming. In the near future, we may be calling you. We will call you again if need be. Yes, thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed the session. Thank you so much. And the fact that you were able to, profile. If you miss this session or you're just joining us, please watch a replay. You will really enjoy it because for every question he answered, he provided a solution. And I think that's really amazing. So for every question we answered on this show, for every no we gave, he gave like 1, 2, 3 ways to get a yes. So it was really an amazing session. You can check it out again if you missed any part of it. And I'll say thank you to my audience too. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'm going to have another YouTube live September 24. We're going to be talking about owning properties in Canada. That's mortgage. How do you want to get your mortgage in Canada? Even as an international student, you can join because information is power. So that by the time you're working, you know what to work towards. You know how many hours you need if you need to have a full-time job or whatever. So we're going to be talking about mortgage. That's owning properties in Canada. Everything you need because the person works in a bank. He's a banker here, and he does a lot of all these mortgage question. So mortgage thing rather. Bukomi, I'm logging off now. I don't know if I write NCLEX without moving to US to practice. Can I apply directly to New Brunswick? No. New Brunswick does not take NCLEX pass. New Brunswick gives you eligibility. New Brunswick does not take NCLEX pass. Only Ontario takes NCLEX pass, not New Brunswick. If you go to New Brunswick with NCLEX pass, they're not likely to take it. They are the ones giving you eligibility to write NCLEX. So if you have NCLEX pass from US, your best province is Ontario. So when you get your NAS, you have to select Ontario as a province. If you have a NCLEX pass from US, New Brunswick is not taking NCLEX pass. They are going to give you eligibility for it, not you giving them your NCLEX results. As for my best understanding, they are not taking NCLEX pass, but Ontario is taking it. Yeah. So thank you very much, Mr. Kunle. Thank you everyone for joining us today. So we'll be logging off now, and it's bye from my studio. Bye, Mr. Kunle. Thank you. I will meet you on WhatsApp for those links so that I can drop them. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you very
much for the opportunity as well. And thank you, audience, as well, for listening.
Yeah, they really enjoyed the session. I saw a lot of their comments, and it was mind blowing. Thank you so much. So bye, everyone. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
That was